So, what's next for the AFC West? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dick's Report back to you with another video, and this time we are going to talk about the AFC West. Let's jump right in. For the Broncos, their biggest question is Drew Lock their quarterback. They drafted him in the second round last year, and he got hurt before the season started. He was put on IR, got taken off IR, and then he started the last few games, and he actually played very well. He did very well in those last few starts, and now he's penciled in as the day one starter. Is he ready? Is he ready to lead this Broncos team that has needed a quarterback since Peyton Manning retired? Last year, Denver did not do a good job of creating turnovers. Their defense, it was solid, but it did not create turnovers. And how you win the game is you create turnovers and take care of the ball on offense. Denver, they've got to create more turnovers if they want to try to get back to the playoffs. And how is the secondary going to be without Chris Harris? Chris Harris has been a good player for them for a long time, but they lost him in free agency to the Chargers. Now, how is this secondary going to be now that he's gone? Before I start talking about KC, let's talk about Mahomes' contract. Are you freaking kidding me? 10-year, $450 million with a chance to earn over $500 million if he gets the incentives. That is crazy. We knew Mahomes was going to reset the market, but we didn't think it was going to be by that much. And we're back. For the Chiefs, can they repeat as Super Bowl champions? The team isn't very different from what it was last year. They still have Mahomes, still have the receiving corps. They just drafted a running back in the first round, and the defense is very similar. Now, the weakest part of their Super Bowl team last year was their secondary, and now Kendall Fuller is gone. That was one of their top cornerbacks. Can the secondary improve from last year to this year? I know they won the Super Bowl, but like I said, their secondary was the weakest part of their team. They can improve a little bit. That way, they're not exploited by other teams because you know teams are going to be gunning for them now. And lastly, what's going to happen with Chris Jones? Chris Jones, he was put on the franchise tag, but they haven't signed him to a long-term deal, and there has been talk that he might just sit out this year. And with Mahomes just getting the contract that he got, it's going to be a little bit tougher to sign Chris Jones to that long-term deal. This is a story. For the Las Vegas Raiders, that's going to take some getting used to. The biggest question for me is Derek Carr. Now, Derek Carr, I think he played very well for them last year. I think he was the reason that they were in the playoff hunt for as long as they were. However, they signed Marcus Mariota, and whenever you got that veteran quarterback that's been a starter, that still wants to be a starter, they're going to be pushing him, and if he struggles, they're going to not hesitate to put Mariota in. Last year, the defense was good in some places and not so good in others. Can this defense be more consistent, help out the offense so they don't have to score as many points as they might have if the defense does struggle? Is this team ready to go back to the playoffs? John Gruden, this is his third year with the team, and they've shown improvement from year one to year two. Are they ready to get back to the playoffs and maybe make some noise in the playoffs? We're going to find out. With the LA Chargers, they drafted Justin Herbert with the 6th overall pick. Now the question is going to be, is it going to be him or is it going to be Tyrod Taylor that starts out the season? This is going to be a quarterback battle to watch. Herbert, he's got all the tools to be a great quarterback. However, he did have some consistency issues in college. And Tyrod Taylor, he has been a starter before, and he's been a very solid starter. He's been a guy that's led a team to the playoffs. Now, the offensive line for the Chargers, they got to make sure they protect whoever starts at quarterback. The offensive line that has been a concern for the Chargers for the past few seasons. Can this offensive line protect who's ever at quarterback throughout the season? And can they finally win over the fans? Ever since the Chargers moved to LA, it has been a disaster. They cannot even sell out a soccer stadium. They have got to win over the fans somehow, or else it's going to continue to be an empty stadium. Alright guys, that was the AFC West. Next up is the NFC West, and I'll see you then.